Jusant is a puzzle and platforming game developed by Don't Nod and is available to play on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. In your mission to climb to the very top, you'll explore a post-apocalyptic type world with a vast ocean that is void of water. Along the way, you'll uncover bits of the past, find interesting ruins, and use your skills to scale this absolutely enormous landscape. And a big thank you to the developers for providing me with a review code. In Jusant, your aim is to essentially use varying techniques to make your way from the ocean floor all the way to the very top by climbing. I literally felt my arms aching for this character. Ouch. You'll need to do a bit of thinking here, as the path isn't always straightforward or obvious. Here you'll use the left and right triggers as hands, so to climb you'll alternate between these two buttons. You have a stamina bar that you need to keep an eye on, as well as the length of your rope. You'll learn new ways to climb along the way, such as jumping, swinging, using wind to aid you, climbing plants, bugs, and more. These techniques will need to be utilized at varying degrees. So as you progress, you'll need to remember all of these techniques in order to successfully climb. Jusant is definitely repetitive in nature, and I felt this at several points throughout the game, but as new climbing elements are added frequently throughout your playthrough, it helps to cut through that repetitiveness. While all of these new techniques you learn are easy and straightforward, I often found myself completely forgetting one or another and then being stuck on how to proceed. During these times, I found it especially frustrating as the game offers no hints, no movement guide, and looking it up online would take absolutely forever to try and find the particular spot you're in. While eventually I always figured it out, sometimes after a while I was pretty close to giving up. While I recall this game being marketed as kind of a relaxing experience, I felt anything but relaxed during my playthrough. Constantly forgetting to check my stamina and falling, not being able to figure out where to go next, and not understanding a lot of the story made me tense most of the time. The story you'll learn as you pick up notes throughout the game, although I found these are quite hard to miss and don't always make sense in themselves, so I was confused most of the time. I did pick up bits here and there, but I missed a whole bunch, and I have no idea what kind of story I may have missed out on. The ending of this game is very touching and beautiful, and although I found myself frustrated a lot in this game, I had the sense of feeling like it was all worth it to see the ending, like all that struggle was worth it. Jusant is extremely atmospheric. You'll be constantly reminded of just how tiny you are in this massive world, or just how high up you are. The game puts you in these positions that basically shoves the view in your face, which is totally great as it's often easy to forget exactly where you are when you're just focused on climbing. To my delight, there was also several different environments to explore. I was a little worried it would be limited to that kind of desert vibe, which I'm not really a fan of, but that certainly wasn't the case. Throughout each of these environments, the detail and scenery were stunning, and I'd often take the time to just stop and look around at those beautiful views. I did find, however, that I especially started to like the game more towards the end as you kind of move away from that post-apocalyptic desert vibe. Those kind of environments are just not a favorite of mine. Jusant is short and sweet, being about a 5-hour game and is split between 6 chapters. These chapters help cut up the game a little bit, but I found that I personally only really got into the game for the last 3 chapters as that environment started to change. Despite not being able to pick out anything particularly wrong with this game, I found that I was bored quite often. I put this mostly down to that desert scenery, which is something I just don't enjoy, and because I missed so many notes, I didn't really understand the story, so I felt quite lost at times. Overall, I think this is a great game, but not for me. I don't know if I'd personally classify it as a relaxation game like some people do, but it is a beautiful, go at your own pace and just experience the world sort of game. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!